every time, spooked so easily. Quite ironic for someone who enjoys the company of the supernatural, don't you think? Tell me, did you know the deceased, or like last time, or the time before that, and the time before that? Did you come here in the hopes of meeting the likes of me? Oh, just me. I should feel flattered. I do not recall having ever grabbed the eye of a mortal before. That's refreshing. So tell me, what excuse did you use this time? You knew the dead from work? You met him at an exhibit before? You traveled with him on the train every once in a while? An old family relative? I see. Simple and straight to the point. The perfect lie. But I guess living in such a small town, it makes it true to some extent. But you should be careful. People start to wonder why you come to all the funerals in the city. You should probably change careers and become an undertaker. It will be easier for you to just attend such gloomy events without raising any questions. Me? I go to all the funeral here, yes. And people do not ask questions. No, you're the only one. How so? You see, the living rarely notice me, us for that matter, psychopoms. Only a handful, a lucky few perceive us. We're like a speck of dust in an old attic, flying around, surrounded by so many. We are almost invisible. We blend in, essentially, so much so that mortals never see us. How come you do? That would be my fault, dearest. I was foolish when we first met. I overdid it. I'm sure you remember, you were grieving your relative, and you were so saddened, so overcome with grief, it did something to me. No, pity is not the right word. I felt for you. I couldn't just stay by the coffin and wait for people to say their final goodbyes and do what any psychopomp should do. Wait, look, and guide souls to the afterlife. No, I needed to interfere. I wanted to comfort you, to stop the tears from running down your cheeks, to ease your pain one way or another. Why? I do not know myself. No, that's not true. I felt something, seeing you so. A pinch, here, where the heart is supposed to beat. Hollow, in my case, an empty space, probably full of dust and spiderwebs. But for the very first time since I became a psychopomp, It hurt. Soft to begin with. A discomfort where nothing's supposed to happen. A whisper of a ghost of a feeling. And the more I looked at you, the stronger it became. From a pang, it transformed into a burn I didn't know I've longed for so many years. And with it came the urge to act, to come closer when I should just stay in the shadows, when I should not interact with the living, only the dead. And here we are today, several funerals later. Why you out of all the grieving souls? That's a question I've yet to answer. But some things do not require a response. Some things just happen. But I think it had something to do with your sorrow. Psychopoms. We are not only attracted to death, appearing where it lurks, following the reaper like their shadow, rushing over the sound of their slashing scythe. We also crave mortals' despair, the tears, the broken hearts, the cries. We feed on them like a man seeing a mirage of an oasis in the middle of a desert, unable to fully quench our thirst, but so desperately attracted to it. Grim when you think about it, right? Your pain, it was so deliciously tempting. I told you, it made me feel a beating heart where there's none. Part of me wanted for this moment to never cease, to freeze it in time, to capture it, like one of these photographs you mortals seem to enjoy so much lately. To keep it forever, to feel it always. And at the same time, I needed to talk to you, to make myself seen, to dry these oh so delicious tears, to keep them caged in my memory and mine alone, no one else's, only for me to keep and cherish. And when we talked, when I heard your voice, shattered, shaking with overwhelming emotions, I knew you were no mere mortal. You were something else. Not more, not less, just different. And it piqued my curiosity, just like I piqued yours. A woman, always dressed in black, always grieving. The personification of melancholy. A character coming straight from a Gothic novel. Her breath so cold on your skin. Her voice echoing in your mind like a choir in a cathedral. Her eyes devoid of any emotion and yet full of something ineffable. I do not need to enter your mind to know what you think, how you feel, dearest. It is written in your eyes. A quick glance, and I know it all. You're like an opened book. I just need to turn the pages and everything appears. What are you thinking about now then? Let's see. You want to hold my hand. You've wanted for a long time now, wondering why I never touched you before. Am I wrong? My very touch would kill you, dearest. But if it's only a few seconds, maybe we could try. Here, take my hand. I know, it's cold. Cold as, well, death. No, blood does not run in my veins. Nothing does. It's empty. Your skin, it's warm, so soft. I'm so afraid to shatter it. I can feel your heart beating in your wrist. So enticing, so alive. But now you should probably let go. Please, dearest, let go. Your time hasn't come yet. If you hold on for too long, I'm afraid that's how it works, dearest. And you can already feel it, I'm sure. The bite of forever sleep. Frozen, icy cold. Spreading in your fingers, your hand, your wrist, your arm. It starts to hurt, to sting. So please, let go. Why? Because I do not wish to see you pass. Not yet, not now. It is not your time yet. Dearest, you have more chances to encounter me here in the living world than the afterlife. Psychopomps, we do not dwell there. We stay here, forever bound to a plane we cannot take part in. Just watch, look, observe, and when the time is right, guide souls to the next chapter. So please, let go. Look at you, shivering already. Your heart will freeze if you... Why am I not letting go? Fair question. Because I do not wish to. I am like a vampire, biting their prey with no desire to kill. Just for the thrill of it, the pleasure of feeling warmth flow again in their veins, the rapture of physical touch. I wish my hand could linger in yours, longer, for hours maybe, without the danger of killing you. Yes. Dearest, I do not have the willpower to release your hand. See, we otherworldly creatures are drawn to the living like a moth to a flame. If we come too close for too long, something bad happens. Something that's not supposed to take place will. And yet, knowing that, the danger of it all, when we're so unbearably close, we cannot let go. Only those already dead or undead, as you call them, can suffer our touch. And I see gears moving in your brain. Dearest, do not even think about it. You want to leave the mortal realm and become one without life, without soul. I know this look. So eager, so envious, curious, and yet, dearest, I would strongly advise against it. Because you may stay here forever. You may exist without time having any grasp on you. Witness the world like a fly on the wall. But the price for it is too high. Losing one's soul. No, you will only regret it. Trust me. Me? No, I wasn't born a psychopomp. You rarely are. You become one. How? What? Do you want to send in your application? No, it's not as simple as that. Thank the gods. No. One needs to die in certain circumstances and meet the right entity at a given time to potentially become a guide to the afterlife. I know, so many conditions. It's almost impossible to know who will be chosen. The Reaper themselves does. Then some kind of council happens and... Yes, a council. Of supernatural folk. The Reaper as a decision maker, president extraordinaire, and a few experienced psychopomps. Sometimes a ghost or two will join in, just to, you know, make believe the dead also have their say in the whole mess. I know, so human-like. Some things never change, even in death. What happened to me? Oh, well, I died in a cemetery during a blood moon on a Friday the 13th, during fall. Seems like the planets were aligned for me to become what I am today. How did I die? Oh, murdered, but that's not important. The funeral is almost over and I need to... Listen, dearest. This is not a life for you. I do enjoy it, yes, but simply because you're here now, and I cannot wait to meet you when someone passes. Sometimes I even pray for the Reaper to take on more souls just to see you again. But without it, without you, it is a dull and sad experience, devoid of any thrill. We spend our lives mourning, glued to the dead. Well, some try to spy things up like they can, crying with the living, letting their wails echo in churches, bringing ghosts of people past to spook, to make things a little bit more fun. Or, like me, being touched by a grieving soul and trying to soften their sorrow. Promise me, you will not seek immortality, dearest. It is not worth it. And you can very much lose your life in the process, and if this were to happen, I will not recover. because you're the only thing that brings me joy in this forever eternity. I need you alive and well, coming to funerals like one will go to an exhibit, curiously looking at corpses, learning about their lives, their loved ones, and sometimes, often, meeting the very one who will bring them elsewhere. Because you cannot imagine the delight you bring to my hollow chest. So please, stay alive.